MMA fighter Ilia Topuria, currently holding a championship title, has recently come under fire from fans and pundits alike due to his apparent reluctance to face certain top contenders from his division. Despite being the reigning champ, Topuria's selective stance on who he wishes to fight is not sitting well with the MMA community. In a recent interview, Topuria indicated that he would only agree to fight Max Holloway if Holloway's BMF title was also on the line.
Ilia actually just did an interview with ESPN, and his quote was, "It's clear for me my next fight is against Max Holloway. Congratulations and enjoy tonight. But after fighting me, he will have to go back to the back of the line."
That's cool. I mean, what do you want me to say? What if he goes in the back of the line, you know what I mean? So at the end of the day, we find out. Like I said, we got questions. We got questions, you know? We're in the fighting game. Ilia can talk, but I got a lot of questions, you know? I like listening, and if that ever gets booked, you guys gonna see a lot of answers, so I'm excited for it.
Sidestepping other top fighters like Brian Ortega and Alexander Volkanovski. This has sparked accusations of avoiding formidable opponents who have defined the featherweight division in the past. Critics argue that Topuria is acting as though he has the legacy to dictate terms like a seasoned champion, despite his relatively short tenure at the top. The backlash intensified after a clip surfaced online, where Topuria ambitiously claimed he would become the highest paid athlete by 2025. This statement has been met with skepticism and ridicule, with many pointing out his lack of substantial defenses and his overt confidence, which many fans find off-putting and arrogant. Adding to the controversy, Joe Rogan disclosed on his podcast with Max Holloway that Topuria had declined a rematch with Volkanovski at UFC 305.
He wants to fight next, but I mean, I guess he feels like he's the champ, he can call the shots. But I know that he turned down the Perth one, the 305, the Volkanovski rematch.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, the question is, like, if you're in Volkanovski's corner, let's say this now.
A claim that Volkanovski himself corroborated, stating he had not been offered the rematch either. Topuria responded on social media, denying any refusal on his part and expressing his readiness to face Holloway, emphasizing simplicity in negotiations. Holloway has hit back, highlighting Topuria's complicated demands and advising him to focus more on action than words. This back and forth has only fueled the narrative that Topuria might be overstepping his boundaries as champion. As the situation unfolds, the MMA community watches closely, with many eager to see if Dana White and the UFC will step in to set a definitive path forward for the champion, amid growing calls for him to prove his worth against the elite of the featherweight division without further ado.